Christmas has arrived in Season of Discovery, and although some of the later quests are out of reach for us in Phase 1, there are some really amazing things we can do to actually get ahead of the game that are going to help us with gold making and actually giving us some buffs for dungeons and raiding. This can be done by pretty much anyone, and it's going to be really, really simple. And when I say you can make some gold, I really do mean it. Because remember everyone, Christmas is not about giving, it's all about money. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is visit our good old friend, Great Father Winter here. He is going to be in Orgrimmar and Ironforge. If you are in Orgrimmar on the Horde side, he is right here in the Valley of Strength. You can talk to Great Father Winter and get the quest Treats for Great Father Winter. And basically, he's going to say, bring me 5 gingerbread cookies and an ice cold milk. You're then going to get the Smoky Wood Pastures gift pack, and this is what we want to start off with. Now, if you don't have cooking, don't worry. I'm going to show you everything you need to know. First of all, let's walk up here into the inn, and we can just buy the ice cold milk straight from the vendor here. If you are Alliance, then he is going to be here in the Commons area of Ironforge. You can see here there's a queue for him, and this is Great Father Winter. You can see that I actually can't accept the quest because this is a level 1 character and you must be level 10 to get the quest from him. For the inn then in Ironforge, there is Great Father Winter over there. We're going to come over this bridge, just over to here in the Commons where this mailbox is. And it's not this first building, but it's this second one. It's the Stonefire Tavern over here, where we can talk to innkeeper Firebrew and get the ice cold milk for him. Once we've got that, we then need to get the recipe to cook the gingerbread cookies. Now, right next to him in Ironforge, or just across the way here in Orgrimmar, there are the Smoky Wood Pastures people. And Penny Copperpinch over here is actually going to sell us the recipe we need. The recipe for gingerbread cookies. And it only requires 1 cooking, meaning pretty much anyone can get it as soon as you get cooking. And you can see here that it's going to make us well fed and give us 2 stamina and spirit for 15 minutes. Doesn't sound like a lot, but remember, we're only level 25 and these stats are going to add up, meaning they are fantastic for dungeons and raids. If you can stock up on these over the festive period, we could have tons of food to last us the entirety of Phase 1, because we're not really going to get any better food until Phase 2 anyway. So this is our chance. And bear with me here, because if you're thinking, ugh, it's not that good, well, there's actually an amazing gold making trick I'm going to show you for these as well. But first, let's get to getting the recipes. In Orgrimmar, we're going to want to come to Borstan's Fire Pit. That's just up these stairs here. As you enter the drag, we're going to go inside and, of course, pick up cooking, which is going to be 1 silver. That's all we need to then use our recipe for gingerbread cookies, and we're going to learn it. You can then see here it's going to be 1 holiday spices and 1 small egg. For Alliance then, it's the bronze kettle, and this is up here in the center of the Great Forge. We're just going to come up these stairs here and talk to someone called Daryl. Daryl, that's how you pronounce that. And you're going to learn Apprentice Cook from him. So for the holiday spices, you can quite simply come back to Penny Copperpinch and buy the holiday spices. It's 5 for 10 copper. Very, very cheap. Now onto the exciting bit, which is those small eggs. Small eggs maybe, but big profits, yes, 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 okay? Let's go into the auction house and take a look at how much those small eggs are going for. Okay, so we can see here, I'm on the Wild Growth server, and 1 small egg, just 1 small egg, is 36 silver. You need 5 of these for Great Father Winter, okay? The supply on the auction house is also not that much, meaning if you want, you could scalp these and make insane profits. Of course, the question being is, where the hell do we get these small eggs? Well, I'm going to tell you. If you are Horde, I would go around here, but also in this big circle, and you're going to kill birds. The birds we are going to be killing are swoops, whirly swoops, and taloned swoops. Remember, it is in Mulgore, meaning these are going to be quite low level, and therefore meaning we can farm them really easily and quickly. These have a pretty good drop rate on small eggs. I think it's like 30 to 50%. I've seen a lot of them dropping. And again, this is going to be a fantastic gold maker. Then if you are in Alliance, I would come up here to Darkshore, just outside Orbadine, where we're going to kill Moonkins, Moonkin Oracles, Raging Moonkins, and Young Moonkins, and these have a really good drop rate as well, because obviously Mulgore is, you know, Horde territory, so this is a really good place for those small eggs for them as well. Now, as I said, we can make a lot of money from these on the auction house, and that is going to be mostly during Winter Veil as people are making the cookies, but as well as stocking up on the cookies yourself for after Winter Veil ends, what you could do, and I predict, as I said before, there really isn't any better food out there at the moment because our cooking is limited to level 150, meaning once Winter Veil ends, there will only be a finite stock of these cookies out there. You could buy them all off the auction house and become, you know, a multi-millionaire, or you could just stock up yourself now, I mean, and do that as well if you want, but you could stock up as much as you can now on these cookies and then actually sell them, not now, but after Winter Veil ends. Assuming that Blizzard are going to let us keep them and eat them after, I don't see why they wouldn't. And this could be a really fantastic gold tactic to actually get gold up for when Phase 2 comes, which probably isn't that long away. Because remember, we are going to need 100 gold to get our mount. And I am going to be doing a video on how we can actually be getting prepared for Phase 2, so make sure to subscribe for that because it's coming soon. Then, of course, once we've got our cookies, we're going to get our Smoky Wood Pastures gift pack. Let's open it and see what we got. I got 10 copper bars. So, just as an FYI, the present that you are going to receive for handing in the quest is going to be a small assortment of random materials. Like here, I got copper bar, it could have been, you know, linens, etc. For tailoring, you just don't know what you're going to get. But really, that isn't the main draw of doing it. The main draw of doing it is going to be getting that recipe, getting that buff food that we can, you know, we so dearly need at this level. And to wrap this up then, there is also a few other little things that you can get from the Winter Veil this year in Season of Discovery. If we talk again to Penny Copperpinch, we can have snowballs. These could be like really fun for snowball fights in Ashen Vale. There is the blue, purple and green wrapping paper. You know, if you want to give some appreciation to your fellow guildmates, etc., you can wrap up any non-stackable items. That could be cute, little thoughts like that. There's some candy canes here. There's also the eggnog recipe that you can get, which is going to give you 2 stamina and spirit, just like the gingerbread cookies will, apart from eggnog actually requires 35 cooking and needs more ingredients and packs quite a kit. So honestly, there's not really much point in that, but there is some other alcohols, etc. you can get. There is a transmogrifier that you can stand in that's dotted around each city. There's some alcohols here you can buy. And of course, there's mistletoe at the inn, you dirty dogs.